What do we mean by new literacies? Well, according to Contemporary Readings in Literacy Education by Marva Capello and Barbara Moss, new literacies contain two different things, and they call it stuff in the article. It has to do with technical stuff and ethos stuff. And it's constituted by both the new technical stuff and new ethos stuff, and then it could be considered new literacy. So the new technical stuff is basically all of the technical components behind a program. So for instance, the article describes it as the text, sounds, image, animations, and the functions of a certain program. So the game's hardware or the hardware behind a computer. New literacies are informed by the second mindset about the world changing and reflects on the kinds of assumptions and values that define the second mindset. They do not have to involve the use of digital electronic apparatuses such as computers or the internet, although most of them do. However, they must be imbued with the second mindset. The key point that the article discusses is that we see nothing especially new about doing the same familiar things in pretty much the same familiar ways, just with digital technologies. Overall, what I got from that is that new literacies that arise from new technologies include things like text messaging, blogging, social networking, podcasting, and video making, and these digital technologies change the way we communicate. How would I describe digital and media literacy? Renee Hobbs, the author of Empowering Learners with Digital and Media Literacy, describes digital and media literacy in terms of competencies that include the use of text, tools, and technologies to access both information and entertainment, the skills in critical thinking, analysis and evaluation, the practice of message composition and creativity, the ability to engage in reflection and ethical thinking, as well as active participation in social action through individual and collaboration efforts. So that means that it includes the idea of putting together information that you find, identify, evaluate, and then use in a way that applies to media. So what are the main characteristics of digital and media literacy? So in the article From Written to Digital, The New Literacy by Phil Ventimiglia and George Pullman, there is a chart that describes traditional literacy and then the characteristics of digital literacy. So the difference is that in traditional literacy, you find the information. In digital literacy, you're vetting the information. Traditional literacy, you might be reading, whereas in digital literacy, you're skimming and searching for solutions. And also in digital literacy, instead of note-taking, you're curating all of the information. And then in digital literacy, there's multimodal composition rather than just traditional writing. And also there is dynamic assets, so multiple, diverse, reusable artifacts instead of static artifacts. And digital literacy, you teach yourself rather than learning from teachers, and it's constantly changing. How has media and technology changed literacy skills and strategies K-12 students need to develop, access, evaluate, and produce information? In my opinion, social media and technology have changed the way my students complete academic work and how they access and evaluate and produce information, because they are constantly looking up information online or on social media rather than opening a book. So I think that despite having grown up with access to increasing amounts of technology, I think the students now need to learn how to use that technology to solve problems in academic and professional settings, but they also need to know how to be good digital citizens and follow digital and technology rules.